Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Rewind That. It's your girl Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Alright guys, today we are going to be going over the latest episode of Put a Ring on It, Season 2, episode number 5, called Full Court Press, which came out, I know, 6 days ago, almost 7 days, almost to episode 6, guys. I'm so sorry, but yes, I've been totally overwhelmed and I am really trying to play catch up right now, okay? Those of you that are waiting for the oval, I got you. Don't worry. I'm going to be working on that video tomorrow as well, okay? Let's get into this episode, guys. So the episode starts off where we left off, right? With Darian chasing after Alexia, and he keeps asking her why she's so bothered about Kai. Of course, Alexia ain't trying to hear what he's talking about, and she just wants a minute to herself. But Darian eventually convinces her to come back inside with him. So once they get back to the group, Dr. Nicole asks Alexia why she walked out. So Alexia tells Dr. Nicole that she feels like Darian just doesn't get it. So Dr. Nicole says to Darian, "Do you see why going on a fourth date with anyone else would be challenging?" And Darian says, "Yes, I do." So Dr. Nicole then tells Alexia that she doesn't have a problem. What she has is feelings, which she's going to have to learn to manage because Darian has a right to make these choices just like she has a right to feel how she feels about them, right? Then Dr. Nicole tells the couples that forever is a nice long time, and if they cannot handle the experience now while it's in a controlled context, then what they really need to be doing is asking themselves, what am I really doing? Then Dr. Nicole tells the group that everyone would be going on dates except for Eric and LaRonda. Next, on the ride home, LaRonda brings up the fact that Sean is going on a third date with Brittany, and in the confessional, she tells us that she was disappointed with his choice because he's been unfaithful in his other relationships. Okay, so she's like, if he can't trust himself, am I giving him too much leeway by allowing him to go on these extra dates? Okay. So anyway, Sean tells LaRonda that him going on a third date is just him trying to trust himself, right? Then LaRonda says, "I just want to understand if there was something where you guys were more compatible and Brittany may have possibly made you feel even better than I made you feel." And all Sean says is, "Right, you know." And LaRonda was like, "No, I don't know." And I was just like, "Speak, Sean. Like, what the heck? You think she just said all that for you to respond like that?" I mean, now he's being a hypocrite, because he already let it be known that LaRonda has a problem with opening up. But now he ain't the one opening up, right? It's just really annoying at this point, okay? Next, Kai goes on a date with a man named Monty, and he takes her on a basketball and dinner date. So, of course, they play basketball, and Alexia tells us that she really liked that Monty allowed her to be in her element. And it came to a point where she started thinking about Alexia, not Alexia and Darian. Then Monty asks Alexia what she hoped to get out of this experience, and Alexia says, "Honestly, right now, I'm just focusing on myself." And when she said that, guys, I automatically thought that Alexia is definitely not in the right place, right? That's because participating in this experience is supposed to challenge her and Darian's relationship so they could see if they really want to be with each other. And in my opinion, this ain't the time to work on yourself. I mean, sure, there will be moments to better herself while she's having one-on-ones with Dr. Nicole, but right now, Alexia is supposed to be having fun. I think people should really focus on working on themselves when they're single, just so they don't bring no mess into the relationship. But anyway, the good thing about this date with Monty is we saw Alexia actually enjoy herself. And she also likes how he wants to have more children, but wants a family with it, right? Next, Jessica goes on a date with a man named Sean, and it looks like they're just going to be throwing back shots while they get to know each other, right? So as they talk, we find out that Sean has two daughters, a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, and Jessica tells us that she has two daughters as well, which was very surprising to me. I guess since, we don't see the kids walking around in their townhouse, I automatically assumed she didn't have any kids. And now I wonder if Eric has kids too. Anyway, Jessica lets us know that she really had a nice time with Sean and she liked that he was family oriented, had great energy, and had lots of things in common with him. Next, Sean goes on his third date with Brittany, and they got so much in common that they both order green tea, guys. Anyway, Brittany wants to know why she's on a third date and if she's making it tough for him. And Sean lets Brittany know that she is making it tough. Then Brittany says, "Do you see us together in the future?" And Sean says, "I think my answer is disrespectful." So I'm just like, wow, he's definitely liking her, and there's a lot of flirting going on. And Sean even tells Brittany that he loves that she's silly. So her last question to him is, will there be a fourth date? And as of right now, I didn't know. So we shall see, right? Next, Eric and Jessica have a one-on-one session with Dr. Nicole, and we learn that they went through a breakup after Eric retired from football. We also find out that Eric's lack of interest and lack of love toward Jessica caused her to entertain other people. And I was like, wow, this is interesting, you know? These one-on-one sessions be making stuff come out for us, okay? Anyway, so Eric tells Dr. Nicole that his choice was to get his career back in line, and her choice was to hop on another man. And I was like, come on now, Eric. You ain't have to say it like that now. But then we find out that this other person Jessica entertained was another professional athlete. And I didn't want to judge when Eric spoke about it, but it does seem a little messed up, you know? And I think the fact that it was another professional athlete might have made Eric feel worse about his situation. Anyway, Jessica wants to move on from this and tells Dr. Nicole that it's all on Eric now because she's done all she can to show him that she's with him. But Eric says that Jessica wound up on FaceTime with the dude even after claiming to have blocked his number, right? So he also feels like Jessica's trying to hold on to something with the guy just in case they don't work out. But Jessica says she doesn't want anything to do with the other guy and that he called her from another number, right? A different number. So we can definitely see that these two got some work cut out for them, okay? And Dr. Nicole tells them that they have to move forward to at least see if things will work out because they don't want things not to work out because they were stuck in a straddle, you know? Next, we get to Darian's date with Kai, and she tells him that he seemed very dry when they first came in. So Darian tells Kai that Alexia doesn't like the fact that he's going on repetitive dates with Kai. And honestly, at this point, guys, I feel like Darian might as well stop dating Kai because he seems to talk or complain about Alexia on every date. But anyway, Kai already trying to figure out if Darian want to be with her or Alexia. And I'm over here like, sis, really? He been with this woman for 14 years. You can't be seriously thinking that he's going to choose you after 4 dates. I mean, stranger things have definitely happened, right? But come on now. Anyway, we see that Kai done made the date very uncomfortable for Darian, and he lets us know that he needs Kai to just chill where she's at, you know. He already got one situation going on. He don't need her putting on the pressure. Okay, so then Kai was basically letting it be known that she's tired of Darian steady trying to respect the situation that's not trying to respect him. And I was like, what the heck has Darian told her? Because she acting like she knows something, you know. Anyway, then she gonna say, do you want to see if the grass is greener or not? And the only thing I gotta say about that is remember the 80-20 rule they talked about in Why Did I Get Married, right? Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married? Well, it's real most of the time. And that's what Darian needs to keep in mind. Anywho, I did like how Darian responded to Kai when she was like, you're so concerned about Alexia's feelings that you haven't thought about my feelings. And Darian was like, but I love her, you know? And it seems to me like he was basically trying to tell Kai that, of course, her feelings are going to be second to the woman he loves, you know, obviously. But before we move on, guys, I want to mention that so far it seems like Darian keeps on going on these dates because he likes talking to Kai and it's helping him through the process. But Kai is not trying to hear that, okay? She's like, I'm not here to help you. Do I look like the help? Because, you know, Darian was saying, look, if I stop going on these dates with you, who am I going to talk to? You know, the other person might not be as cool to talk to as you. So whatever. Anyway, next we get to the group session and it's time for Dr. Nicole to ask the couples how they like their dates. So Sean goes first and he tells Dr. Nicole that he was really impressed with Brittany because she had a show that night in Florida and missed her bus just so she could go on a date with him. Then she drove herself to Florida, and this made Sean feel so bad to the point that he thought about going to the show himself. Okay, so they're in Atlanta right now. This dude wanted to drive all the way to Florida for some other woman. But LaRonda was like, what that got to do with you? You know, like, you don't go driving down to Florida for somebody you went on a date with. Okay, that's just silly. Then LaRonda tells Dr. Nicole that Sean is always so supportive of other people that it comes to a detriment to her, especially since he's so focused on everyone else being good, you know? And then she's like, what's up with us, you know? Then Dr. Nicole asks Sean if he wanted to go on a fourth date with Brittany, and to my surprise, guys, he said no. So when Dr. Nicole asked Sean if he was afraid that going on more dates with Brittany would cause him to have feelings for her, Sean was like, no, I don't think so. But I just couldn't bring myself to believe him, okay? He looked a little scared, okay? LaRonda was probably threatening his behind off camera as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, while Sean says, I don't want to build with Brittany, and I can't wait to get home to LaRonda, I was cracking up when Alexia was over there on the side talking about sound great. Because that's exactly how I was feeling. It sounds good, bro, but is that how you really feel? You know, one thing I gotta say about this experience is that people shouldn't sign up for it if they are not gonna be honest about their feelings. Next, Alexia tells Dr. Nicole that her date with Monty was a movie and she will be going on a second date with him. And I was not surprised at that at all. And even though Darian says he doesn't have a problem with this, his face and body language did not seem to agree with the words that were coming out of his mouth. Next, we get to Jessica, right? And she also tells Dr. Nicole that she will be going on a second date with Sean, which wasn't a surprise to me. Jessica tells Dr. Nicole that Sean made her feel super comfortable and he took her mind off of what she had going on at home. So Eric says that he's cool with Jessica going on a second date if it's going to help them reach their destination at the end, whatever that means. Then, of course, like every week, they save Darian for last, just like they did Mike last season. So when Dr. Nicole asks if Darian will be going on another date with Kai, he said no, he's cutting it off. But before that, he told Dr. Nicole that if he said yes to another date with Kai, that it would be consequences and repercussions. So according to Darian, Alexia told him to cut it off with Kai, even though Alexia denies it, right? She said that all she did was express how she felt about the situation and he made the choice, right? And I definitely feel like this is what happened between Sean and LaRonda too. You know, she told Sean not to go on a third date or there was going to be some problems, okay? But the difference between Sean and Darian is that Darian ain't had no problem with putting his woman on blast. But anyway, Dr. Nicole tells Darian and Alexia that she thinks they need a little break from dating other folks and go on a date with each other. So Darian says he would love that, but Alexia was looking pretty pissed off, right? And she told Dr. Nicole that she would not like to go on a date with Darian this week. So I don't know if Alexia was pissed that Darian put her on blast or she was pissed because Darian wanted to go on another date with Kai and he was acting like, you know, she forced him to say no. You know, so she feels like this experience has just really shown her who Darian really is. And as far as she's concerned right now, she don't want nothing to do with them. So that was how the episode ended, guys. And we will see what's going to happen in tomorrow's episode, okay? Now, it's pretty late, so I guess we'll say once I post this video, it's going to be after 12 midnight. So I guess we'll say later on tonight's episode. All right, guys? Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Until next time, you guys take care and be blessed. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.